The stage, Managing Director of Leadership Experience, Mihaela Oprea.
Good morning, my Oprea people! There's so many of you. Oh my God, it's so good to be with you this morning and get this convention started. Isn't it incredible to have Day strolling back to our convention stage in Europe? Now I have a curiosity. How many of you attended our Oprea convention back in 2019? Who was there in Düsseldorf? Monica was there. Razi was there. Ferry, Sylvia, Barney. Awesome people. I have a confession to make. That was my first Oprea convention. And Dave was the first speaker that I saw on stage. And for me, today is quite an amazing 7-year cycle to become complete today. As I'm entering in my seventh cycle in my life, I feel that actually tells a beautiful story of my development. As you know, from psychological development point of view, if you look at life in cycles of 7 years, 42 plus means, the cycle of contribution. And Oprea has given me the space to really discover myself in that midlife crisis. Anyone been there? So, seeing Dave on stage really inspired me to understand what Oprea was all about. Hearing him back then talking about the Oprea beginnings, about the sacrifices that our founders made just to bring Oprea to life, it's absolutely amazing. And that's when I understood Oprea is not an essential oil company. It's a purpose and people-driven company. And it all is settled in our general statement we make. We help the world heal. This is the foundation, the base that has helped design our business model, our supply chain, our programs, our incentives. But how do we do this? Well, when it comes to our products, naturally intelligent products, we intentionally source the healing gifts of the earth, enriching every life we touch in this process. Through our supply chain, we empower people and communities in their pursuit of self-reliance. Through Healing Hands, a foundation we've opened back in 2010, when Oprea was not even a profitable company. And with this, we break cycles of human suffering and poverty as our business expands. Through our many millions of members, through you, because through you we advocate and educate to empower everyone with natural wellness solutions. Through our continuous investment in science and research, bringing essential oils to light. We advance science and the innovative use of essential oils. And today, you will hear some brand new science on essential oils coming exclusive to Europe. We help the world heal But you know, healing happens on many levels. So we intentionally help financially, emotionally, through education about healthy living, and through a sense of belonging to a community. Now, impact and human connection is the core of doTERRA. And the clearest expression of that is our doTERRA Healing Hands. Now, did you know that Poland is one of the leading countries when it comes to healing hand matching projects? Yes, you are! Because thanks to wonderful leaders, thanks to wonderful members, we are actively contributing to support numerous charitable organizations. And you know, every time we come together for a convention, we choose to leave a positive mark on that place that hosts us. There's 6,000 of us here today, and we want to leave a positive impact in Katowice and in Poland. This year is no exception, and we are proud to support an incredibly important local project. Let's see about Feminoteka.
Feminoteka is focusing on supporting women who experience gender-based violence, mainly sexual violence, but also domestic violence.
Currently 6 women live here with 5 children, 3 dogs and 4 cats. We are the only place of its kind in the whole Poland that takes in women with pets.
We create safe space for women so they can share their very hard, sometimes traumatical experience, and they can find here peace, they can find support, they can find trust, which very often they can't find in the society. So in 2025 we received almost 2,000 calls, mostly from women who experience violence, but also from witnesses of violence. Those women who are calling us are not only Polish, but also migrants and refugees, mostly from Ukraine. We are renting this building from the city. It was very messy when we received that.
Hi, this is a place we want to renovate. Kind. We don't know what's underneath the floor.
The roof also needs a huge renovation.
So we need professional and experienced crew to take on the challenge. And the plan is to have it ready for women with newborns. You know, it's a special moment and time, and also it's a time when women that experience violence are very vulnerable.
Without Feminoteka's shelter, they may face any kind of danger which is connected to being a homeless person, like violence, abuse.
Feminoteka przyjęła mnie tutaj bardzo dobrze, dała wszystko, co mi potrzeba. Że czuję, że mam po prostu swoje, że stąd nikt nie może mi powiedzieć taki wyjeżdżaj, jak mi mówił facet, z którym ja mieszkałam. Jakby tutaj czuję, że jestem tutaj twardo na nogach. Matki, które po prostu boją się zrobić ten krok, że odejdź, bo nie ma pieniędzy, a jak z dzieckiem pociągnie, podejmie pracę, a ja wszystko, po prostu tak, co ja bałam się. Nie wiem, byłoby dobrze, żeby wiedzieli, że jest takie schronisko, jest gdzie iść, żeby nie bali się po prostu.
We need funds to run trainings, for example, like yoga sessions, yoga after trauma, and when do to improve their healing process, and also to work with their feeling of self-assured. And when do is feminist self-defense techniques. It's working with assertiveness, setting our boundaries. With the support of doTERRA, we don't have to be in this kind of situation like we were last month, that we have to refuse 2 women who wanted to stay in our shelter because we didn't have the rooms for them. Feminoteka does not receive any public funding for supporting women. That's why it's so important for us to receive this donation from doTERRA, because together we can help more women in the need who experience violence.
For more than 20 years, Feminetica has been a lifeline for women experiencing violence. Their work provides safety, support, and hope in some of the most difficult moments of their people's life. We want to help them expand that support even further. So, today and tomorrow, together, we are aiming to raise €30,000 to help them. And to help us better understand the impact of this work, I'd like to invite Carolina, who you just saw in the video, to share with us the support of an organization like Feminoteca and what it really means for domestic violence survivors. Carolina, please join us. Thank you so much for being with us today. Now, could you please tell us why did you choose to do this work?
Hi, I'm Carolina, and to answer your question, let me tell you about Magda. Magda was kept at home by her abusive husband. She was controlled, she was intimidated, humiliated and isolated, cut off from her family and friends, not allowed to work, not allowed to have her own money. Before she got married, she worked as a teacher. Over time, she lost not only her financial independence, but also self-confidence. When she became pregnant, something shifted. She knew she had to leave, not just for herself, but to protect her daughter. But where do you go where you have no savings, no safety net, a 3-month-old baby, and a dog your husband has threatened to kill if you try to escape? Then Magda found a number, and she called Feminoteca's helpline. Fortunately, we had a spare room, so she could move into with her child and her dog. We are the only shelter for survivors that allows women to bring their animals, and that matters. Woo! Because research shows that even half of women do not leave abusive partners out of fear for their pets' safety. At Feminoteca, Magda didn't just find a place to stay. She found long-term support. She began therapy, she filed for divorce with the support of Feminoteca's lawyer, and step by step, she started rebuilding her life. Later, she joined Samo Dobro, our social enterprise where we employ women who have experienced violence. It's a place where recovery doesn't have to be rushed, where women can regain stability, learn new skills, and rebuild confidence at their own pace. Magda organized her documents, she regained her sense of self, she became financially independent again, and a year and a half later, she moved out to her own apartment. So if you ask me why I work for Feminoteca, it's because every single day I can see what it takes to build a system that truly supports survivors of violence, not just in escaping, but in healing, in rebuilding, and getting our lives back. And I can see that it works.
Thank you, Carolina. I can see that your why is so strong. And we know that the money we aim to raise for Feminoteca will help support many women just like Magda. And if you are wondering how you can be part of this, we've actually selected 5 limited time essential oils and blends where 100% of the net price will go directly to supporting this project. These are Manuka 10 years limitless blend, Japanese mint, Himalayan fir, and Costa Brio. You'll be able to purchase this later this morning. But please, when you step outside today, I invite you to look around. Our Dottera community is making its presence felt really well as we are all roaming the streets of Katowice in our blue backpacks, leaving traces of essential oil smells behind us. This will be until the end of this week. So my invite to you is the following. Let's make a great local impact. Let's contribute to this place that hosts us for these days, and let's show them how amazing our Dottera community is. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day.